Namaste yogis, David here, PrimeMortal Fitness. Today we're doing a quick set of stretches for the ins and the outs of the hips, or the ins and the outs of the thighs as well. So we're looking at things that will stretch inner thighs, groin, and also outer thighs, getting up into these little parts of the hips here. We have tensor fascia latens and the glutes. So I do recommend that before you do this, you be a little bit warm. If you don't have time for that, we're going to do a quick mobility warm-up style start to this. So let's begin. Have a seat. Take your hands back and just windscreen wipe with the legs side to side. 1, we'll do it 4 times. 2, 3, and 4. Then sit up and bring your heels close to your butt and just let your knees be as they are. So if your knees are way up here, that's fine. Otherwise, you let them fall. Now, without forcing, coax them down. So I'm going to put my butt back a little bit and push into my feet and just let the knees fall down. And then I'll do a little bit of fluttering with them. Just a little flutter. And 3, and 2, and 1. And now something for the glutes, more the outer hips. Come back. And I'm gonna lift up, squeeze, and then lower. And just 2 times for this one. And when I lower down this time, I'm gonna take ankle to thigh. And I have my figure 4 stretch. I lift up. And then I'm going to go ahead and flex the top foot, and I'm going to lift up just a little, and then come down. Now this next time I'll lift up all the way. So I'm going to push, lift, lovely bicep stretch here, 2, and down. I'm going to hold that. I'm going to walk my hands in a little bit, lose my balance a little bit, come in. Stay 2 breaths. Keep flexing the foot and pressing the knee away. 3, 2, and let's change sides. So, uncross, recross. Whew. Different on this side. I lift a little and down. Make sure you keep pulling toes back to shin and lifting up all the way. And back down. And then walking in a little. This side's a little tighter. What about for you? Breathing. Loosen up the neck, the jaw, and wiggle the jaw. And how to make some strange faces. Get the face nice and soft. And then let it be. Uncross. Alright, so first things first, we're going into the outer thighs with Gomukhasana. We're going to start with half Gomukhasana. So left leg is out straight. Untuck the butt. And then bring the right leg across. Move your anatomy. Do the adjustments you need to. You're taking the blade edge of the foot onto the floor and trying to stack your knees. And yes, you're allowed to move hamstrings, quads, move the things out of the way, and breathe. Oh, this is half Gomukhasana. We're going to add some twists to it and then move into full Gomukhasana should you choose to. So first we're going to twist towards the right, towards your right knee. That's a little twist. Whenever we twist, the abdominals engage. We want to lift it, activate our bandhas. And then other side, open twist. And now if this is a challenge, please stay with legs in half Gomukhasana. But if you want to go a little further, then you come into full Gomukhasana. So shift weight onto your left butt cheek, bend the left leg and bring it round. Now maybe your knees don't quite stack. Mine don't completely and totally stack, but you might find that you can come in a little closer breath by breath. So I'm going to go ahead and walk this foot, move these hamstrings and inner thighs out of the way, and lift. I'm going to slide that and then turn back to face you. If either of these positions is really uncomfortable, you can always lie on your back with the knees bent and do that shoelace pose. We're going to do that at the end of this session, but hey, you could do it before if you want to. And maybe this is you. Maybe you stay. Maybe you take it back to half Gomukhasana, or if you've got your right leg on top and you want to do the bound, the full cow face pose, you take left arm, or left, or left, or left, or left, and you can do your bind with it. Wonderful shoulder work here. In some ways it stretches and in some ways it flexes. And I'm just going to stay here and breathe. So I've got 5 breaths, nice and quiet breath. Sinking into the hips. And my last breath here. And then we're going to do those twists again. So I unbind and I'm just twisting to the right. Maybe I can slide in a little bit more after I've been here. Look at that. I can slide in a little bit more and twist when you're ready. 3 breaths here. Love that gluteal stretch. It just kind of goes right up the outside of the thigh too. And now the open side. Ooh. The one way to really get this pose, any of these stretches to work, is to sit in the shape that you feel that you can maintain, and be compassionate, be gentle with yourself. If you are so hung up on achieving a certain degree of stretch, you'll get there one day with gentle persistence. But if you're looking to just keep your body on the right track, then it doesn't matter what full pose you might get into. Doing the stretch can be enough for your body. And untwist. Before we go to the other side, we're doing a side bend, so I push down through the left sit bone and I lift up and go away. Now, you don't have to come down to elbow. Keep rolling the left ribs back and you go where you go. Wowzers. I am warm though today, so I've done some warming up work before this. 2, 1, then reach, pull and press. And let's see if we can go to the other side of that side bend. I don't know that I'll be getting down on the elbow, but you see, I just got a little bit more give. So keep testing for that if you want to. And I'm lifting. How far will we go? Elbow? I don't think so, not for me today. But I want to push down through that right sit bone. Whew, there is some sensation there. Sensation, we label that. And lifting up. And my last is just going to be a gentle fold forward. I lift the belly. I'm going to let my spine round if I want. 5 breaths. Stretches start to go into the outside of the lower leg, things like perineals, tibialis anterior a little bit. And then I'm lifting up. Wow. Before we go to the other side, let's give ourselves a little flash dance. And a Baddha Konasana, so an inner thigh stretch. Come on, we did it at the start of the session. Let's tilt the pelvis side to side, a little rocking of the cradle. Come to a stop, flutter, and then holding. Stay upright or feel free to fold with me. I'm lifting, I'm tilting forward first with a straight back. Finish that thought, and then coming down, down, down. Relax the shoulders. Maybe you kind of wriggle the fingers, little spirit fingers, jazz hands, and then come back into the stretch. All the way up. Let us go to the other side. So I'm going to start off 1 and oh no, I'm not. I'm doing the other side, which is half Gomakasana. So I've got to have a right leg out and left leg across. Getting ahead of myself there. Move what needs to be moved out of the way. All right. Never want to be uncomfortable. Certain types of discomfort are just unwelcome, and we'll stay. And then our twists towards your left first. And towards your right second. And coming to the middle, let's go to, if you progress to the full Gomakasana, please do so. Otherwise, if you stay with half Goma, you can stay with half Goma. In, making adjustments. Oh, wowzers. There we go. Let's say, sit in quiet for just a moment before we do any of our binding, our twisting, whatever. All right, so here we go. Up and away into the bind of your choice. 5 breaths. Inhale air down to the hips. So picture that good prana, right? That life force that we take from the air. Picture it going down into your hips. As you exhale, the hips sink a little bit more into the mat. Sit bones making deeper indentations into the mat. One more breath. Then we unbind, twisting to your left, so a closed twist towards the front leg. I don't have as much give here. My pose isn't really feeling like it's changing as much as it did on the other side. You could find the opposite. And twisting to the right. Coming back to the middle, side bend towards your left, remember. Will you go to your elbow? Do you have to? You don't, but you might. Oof. Keep rolling right ribs back and reaching. Smooth your forehead, smooth your face, soften the jaw. Lifting up, other side. Back to Baddha Konasana, so undo, flash dance, and a quick Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together before we move into frog pose. All right, now coming to frog. So you may want to cushion your knees extra, which might mean doubling up the mat. Who knows? You have the freedom to push pause and to make adjustments as you need. I am going to double up my mat. Just like so, and come to kneeling. So with frog pose, we do want to make sure that we take our time with it. So if you need to stay up on long arms, please do. Take your knees as far as is comfortable for your groin, and then take a look back. Your ankle needs to be in line with your knee and your toes pulling back towards your knee. And then maybe you stay here for a bit. If you can go further, coming down feels more intense and walking backward feels more intense. I want to keep my belly lifted, so I'm avoiding this slump. I want to feel that I'm lifting up, and also the stretch is better. The stretch is deeper too when we keep the spine long. Think parallel to floor and you're in the right place. I'm gonna walk back here. You can always stay here, you can always be still, but if you wanted to try a little pretty good technique for getting more length, then push your knees into your mat. You'll see my butt lift up as I do that. So I push in, I've got the inner thighs working, pushing, 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 and then I exhale and release the push. And I feel like I can take my knees out a little bit more. It's just an easy trick to help add to your stretch. We don't want to force it. Again, gentle compassion. So breathe that in. In fact, maybe as we stay here for a while, because this is the inner thigh stretch, then we have our shoelace pose to finish. Maybe we just stay here and breathe in that gentle, loving kindness, compassion towards ourselves, so we can show it to other people too. 3 more breaths, everyone. 3 more breaths. And then I'm going to climb up. Ooh. Wow. Bring toes together. Bring knees together. Ooh. Let's just sit back for a bit. Just kind of sit. If you wanted to do that a second time, you could. You can go into your frog pose one more time, but we're going to go ahead and go into shoelace pose coming through. I find it's a lot easier to stretch inner thighs than it is to stretch these outer thighs, and that's why we spent a little bit more time on it. Come and have a lie down on your back. First, we're going to just cross right leg over left. Again, move the anatomy out of the way, and then lift the legs. Reach for the feet, and then just gently pull them in. That's it. That's all there is to this. Give yourself time to be soft, and if holding the feet doesn't feel good, leave one foot on the floor. Maybe this is enough stretch for you. You could try playing with lifting the feet, tilting the butt, so maybe it just lifts off the floor a bit. Last breath, and then we'll change sides. Ooh, change over. Wow, wow, wow. Make adjustments. Find your place. Oh, here we are. Let's just breathe and try to be as soft as we can. If you did that little butt lift last time, you can do that again. Ooh, that really adds something on the top leg for me. It really adds something. Something stretchy. And last breath. And let it go. If you're going to do some relaxation, maybe you want to just stay lying down, but if you're going to finish your practice, then you lift yourself up, turn to face me. We will bid one another farewell. Thank you so much for going through the outs and the ins and the outs of the hips with me today. My name is David. Thank you for joining, and I will see you next time. The light in me honors and recognizes the light in you. Namaste.